And you still want to do the show business.
Are you a student at Columbia?
Yeah, I'm at School of General Studies. I study economics. How do I think about the university? It's kind of my second home. I love it overall. I'm graduating this May and have mixed feelings about it.
So it's a great school in the center of the industry in New York City. So I hope to get better career opportunities.
A university is for, well, obviously it's about education and learning to become whatever your further profession is going to be, but it's also about shaping people. Individual universities all have their own culture and how the world perceives them and how they perceive the world.
What about the university as a business? Like, do you ever think of it as a business?
Yes.
I mean, like when you look at my bill, there are these things like $100 recreation fee. Like, I don't do any of those. Why am I paying this $100 recreation fee? It's for the money.
I suppose that it's a business insofar that it has investments in producing a certain type of student or a certain brand, I guess, or promoting certain types of education as well. Yeah.
I'm thinking about the global centers that the university has abroad in diverse continents, as well as partnerships with France and other countries, which makes it like a corporation, meaning that it has like diverse interests like elsewhere than the US and the city, and that all the academic and scientific productions and involvements go through diverse networks of economic, commercial, and other agencies of power that could be like of interests.
Do you think of Columbia University as a business? Is that right?
I assume it is to a certain extent.
Can I Google academic industrial complex? What does that even mean? What I think about when you say academic industrial complex is the way that academics bridges with community and business, and the idea of education and pursuit of free education with business and growth goals.
Someone actually brought that up to me recently as an idea. I wouldn't want to think of a higher education place as a business necessarily, but as soon as, this was actually a professor here, as soon as she said that to me, I was like, oh my God, you're so right. Totally is a business. Everything that happens here has some type of money thing attached to it.
Do you have any guess at the size of Columbia's endowment?
Hundreds of millions would be my guess.
I really have no idea. Over $1 million, I guess, would be like like well over $1 million, like many millions. Is that, what, really?
I want to say like hundreds of millions. I don't know, like 300 million, 400 million. Do you know how much is it? How much is it?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So
that's insane. That's so much money.
yeah.
It's difficult to think of money when it gets to be such a large amount that it's almost incomprehensible. But what I do know for sure, and I have not seen the numbers, is that Barnard's endowment is so much smaller than that of Columbia, and that's joked about even in things like the Varsity Show, where it's like, oh, Barnard's endowment is like $2 or something like that.
Octopus diagram here, like trying to imagine, you know, where the money comes from and goes in a university. And if you have ideas for where, you know,
money should go?
Money comes from, where money should go, where it does currently go. It's exact, yeah.
Oh, there we go. There you go. The community, I guess, in the sense that, you know, anything with $8 billion, it's hard to find $8 billion of things to spend money on. So I don't know. I'm sure there are many things that students want to do that they can't do because there's not enough money. Like, I bet you can get better equipment in every single classroom here.
So it comes from endowments. It's not really clear what I wrote, but
It's okay.
and I mean from student paying for. Do you have it written down already? Like student paying for their study? How do I call it?
Tuition, yeah.
Yeah. Tuition.
What does that say? Oh. I don't know what this is, like physical infrastructure, I guess. I don't know, I have places that I feel like our money shouldn't be coming from. Like there's, all kinds of discussions about Columbia divesting from sort of the mass incarceration system.
It's actually surprising because no one put that down.
Yeah, I don't know, could that be like a cross out thing?
Yeah,
like don't take
like
money from here.
Cross it out.
Facilities, because I personally, my dorm doesn't have the greatest heating conditions.
Because like this is like a community that's both an educational community and a housing community. Like a lot of the money is actually going towards like heating the buildings, and like the price of oil's gone up so much, and like that it's really affected that. But that's not something you necessarily notice as much as you might teacher salaries going up or president's salaries going up.
I think that the university should spend more on research, and especially in the humanities, but anyways, and financial aid systems, because I think it's a huge problem in the US, especially student loans, so that the university should use the endowment that comes from all these investment firms and alumni that gives a lot of money to the university to help the students with the student loan problem in the US that comes to be a bubble.
I'm going to call that community not enough percent. And I see those tentacles as reaching out into the community and fostering more goals around business and research without thinking about its academic mission and its public service and community commitment.
This one says community, not enough. No, it doesn't.
This person meant, so community was interesting because some people thought of the community in terms of like the student community, but this person meant the community surrounding Columbia.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, I can write. Programs for marginalized students. I know that there are organizations on campus such as FLIP, which are there to support first-generation low-income students. I think that if the college were to support an organization like that financially, it could really help with the goal of the organization, and I think that it could also help students whose circumstances are constantly changing, especially low-income students and students in difficult situations such as trans and gender nonconforming students whose financial situations change based on their relationships with their families, things like that. College is a difficult time, so identities change and circumstances change, and I think that it's important to be able to give students some wiggle room so that they can be able to remain stable at the college.